Hey, good to find you here. We are at Career Acceleration Finisher Program, and this is Module 6, LinkedIn Profile Optimization. Very important subject, just before this, the previous subject which you read, the chapter which we read, rather the module which we read, we spoke about profile optimization, how you can do that resume remake, how you can create your resume. And I spoke about a lot of things there. I spoke about how to create a headline, how to create your about, how to structure the entire resume. Now, this is something which I'm taking forward from there. Now, we do create a resume in LinkedIn as well. I'm sure you will relate with me, but I'm going to tell you some tricks today. This will also go with LinkedIn algorithm. So what I'm going to tell you, if you do this, write it down that what number of followers and connect you have today, and just check it after a month. You have to follow certain steps which I'm going to tell you. I can guarantee you it will increase. Now, what percentage? Depend on how much engagement you do, right? So very exciting topic. It will go forward. Today we are going to talk about LinkedIn basics. What are the basics of LinkedIn? Basics of basically the algorithms, why LinkedIn is important, why I'm talking about LinkedIn here on personal brand building. You guys already know that my strategy of propelling the career, I simply say there are three aspects in career, four aspects I would say. One is you get a new job, brand new job in a dream company. Number two, I always say that you will get a salary hike of 30% minimum. And four, I say that you will get a promotion within the company, right? Promotion always entails a salary hike. And the fourth element, which I say that you will have your brand going in buzz. You will have much more 5x connections in some days if you really work on this. 1x, 2x, so it's easily achievable. You can definitely have, if you have 100 people, 100 connects, 200 connects, it will quickly become 400. But once you cross 1,000, once you cross 5,000, I've gone through this journey myself, therefore I'm telling you. It is very important. You will definitely get this results, provided you work on that. That is why I do these live classes. I will help you to create your LinkedIn profile. Also, certain things I'll tell you at the end that what I'm going to help you, but you have to work on this. So I'll tell you about LinkedIn basics here. Then I'll talk about LinkedIn profile creation. How do you create the profile? Because remember, every tool like LinkedIn will have some algorithm working at the back. It is very important you understand that algorithm and work towards it. Then you can propel your career. Second is brand optimization. Once you create your profile, you create your brand, you start telling people what you are, what you do, then you have to optimize your brand. Optimize in simple words means you have to improve your brand reach. So I'll tell you how to improve your brand reach, and then your networking strategy, how you're going to network with people. This program is going to be a little lengthy. There will be many chapters which we'll be talking here. So let me start with the employee brand. So I'll give you some examples initially of the employee brand. Now this gentleman, the photo image which you see is one of the brand. And let me tell you, I picked all these images, all these references from LinkedIn, who have mastered LinkedIn and who have actually rather awarded as LinkedIn influencer. This gentleman is called Abhijit Bhaduri. He's very famous, very renowned HR professional. I belong to HR. I follow him too much on this. He's a founder, CEO of his own company today. He lives in Bangalore. Now, you know what was his background? Because I thought of putting the people who generally we follow, those kind of people today. Like, I can talk about people. Give me a moment. Huh? Sorry, I lost track. So I spoke about Abhijit Bhaduri here. He's a LinkedIn influencer, and he was awarded LinkedIn influencer. And if you really see, this gentleman comes with a background of an employee. He was an employee himself. He has 821K, 8,21,000 followers in LinkedIn. Isn't that an astounding number, right? He's a top voice in 2020. He's become top voice in 2020. So these are the signs when this is the matrix which says that how your brand is performing. These are all top brands. You have to start following an idol. You have to see that how it happens. If you're an HR guy here, if you have worked in HR for so long, you can take him, Abhijit Bhaduri, as an icon, and you can definitely follow Bhaduri, that how he made his own company and formed it. He's an HR expert for decades of experience, right? And he authored books also. The Digital Tsunami is a very, very popular book. I read that. Now, the point is that all these things made his authority. He's an employee turned as a brand. Currently, he worked as a chief people and learning officer in companies like Wipro, Microsoft, Pepsi, Colgate. He's XLRI graduate, and then Tata Steel. These are the companies he has worked. You can understand he's like you and me. He's worked in companies and gradually created his brand. It did not happen so fast, so quick. Having this 8 lakhs following is a very big job. So he has worked on that on a regular basis, and then he achieved this when he formed this company and prepared. I'm sure you know this image, and you will know who this lady is. She's a very, very famous IPS officer. Her name is Kiran Bedi, and she's currently Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, and she also is a top voice. I don't know, this is a information for many of you maybe. She is very much present in LinkedIn, and she was also top voice of 2019 in LinkedIn, right? She's an author, and she got a magazine award for her books, and she was an excellent personality. She's a firebrand IPS officer. She has 287 followers, 282,000 followers. It means 282,000 following in LinkedIn, right? And she's a top voice in 2019. She's the first highest ranking officer in IPS as a female, as a lady who has joined. Is the first top ranking officer, right, in IPS. So she has established her niche there in LinkedIn, and she is a known brand today. I'm all talking about employees turned brand. So previous one, Abhijit Bhaduri, was a private employee, he was with private companies. He has never worked with government, but here I'm talking about a government employee. She's also an employee, right? She has turned into brand after working for some years, many years in a job, and then she turned into a brand. She's already in the job. I'll not say she's a governor already, but yes, she has put her mark as an employee, but she has still turned as a brand. Now, I again talk about another employee who's become a brand. I don't know whether you follow this guy. His name is Ankur Wariko. I follow this gentleman. You can definitely do in LinkedIn. Ankur has worked many places. Is more known for his Nearby venture. He has created this app called Nearby and then sold it. He's an angel investor. He's a public speaker. He also ran his courses. 9 lakh following in LinkedIn. He's a top voice again. He was listed as a Fortune 40 under 40. It means years, between 40 years age, Fortune 40 companies he has formed. He has ran that. He's co-founder of Nearby, and he was also as the CEO of Groupon, another very important company, which after that he left everything and formed his own venture. Ankur is a public speaker now. He loves speaking. He has courses as well, so you can follow him and see him. And his LinkedIn Power Profile of 2018. So LinkedIn has a lot of awards which one can get in case you reach that particular stage. It is very important. These are all the brands which I mentioned as an employee brand, primarily their employees. This is just to show that it is possible. I haven't spoken about Mukesh Ambani or Bill Gates here because they are too big for us. If you really see, these are the employees who has worked in companies like you and me, and they turned them into a brand. So very important to understand that how an employee turns into a brand. It's very common. But if I really ask you, what is common in them? But all these 3 references which I just made, Really see what is common in them. Very easy, right? All are common. They are present in LinkedIn. And they propel their brand in LinkedIn. Why you know? Because LinkedIn is something. How does LinkedIn help brands? How does LinkedIn help? And why LinkedIn here? It is very important to understand that for any brand to get propelled, to brand to help you, it does basically three things, right? Broadly, you know, macro level, right? So one is brand identity. It creates your identity. Like when I started doing this, if you will, I'm an HR guy, principally when I worked for almost 25 years, 2.5 decades in HR. And then I became a career coach because that was my forte. So what do I do in LinkedIn? I create my identity with my courses, with my community, with my posts. I tell people, hey, I'm good at this. And if you really do this, it will help you as well. There are a lot of posts, a lot of knowledge which I share in LinkedIn, free of charges, which anybody can go and follow and see that I actually create my identity out of this. This is a very important thing. Second, establishing your authority. If you say that I am good at this particular element, I can really do a turnaround here, then you got to establish your authority. Don't go with the authority of that the government is an authority. It's not like that, right? Authority is something you're good at, you're master at. So you are trying to tell people, hey, I'm good at this. This is my niche. This is my specialty. This is something which I do good. Okay. So I can definitely help you on this. So that is the authority which you can establish by creating a brand. And the third thing is important, you improve your presence. This is the most important thing. Like when I talk about inbound job search, right? Outbound is something where you go out and you go to job portals and start approaching people and share your CV. So you don't always get a revert on this. You really don't know what's going to happen with your profile. But in the inbound job search, people will come and look for you. If they find you here in LinkedIn or in Facebook or in Instagram, anywhere where you're creating your brand, here I'll consider as a professional platform as LinkedIn. If people find you there, you improve your presence and you reach more and more people, it is always possible. The dream company connects, your referees will approach you. This happened with me. Even if when I left jobs and want to become a career coach, I ran this business. At that point in time, also people approach me. Many a time people get in touch with me through LinkedIn. Then, hey, are you interested for this kind of a role? Okay. So this is very much possible. I practice this. You improve your presence. As you improve your presence, you propel your brand. Hope you understand these 3 points very, very clearly how it goes. But now let me tell you, there is a catch on this. I've seen in this kind of a journey, this is not that easy. Otherwise, every individual would have created a brand and they would have moved forward in life, right? It doesn't happen. Only 5% succeed in this. Only 5%. These are worldwide data, I'm telling you. This is something which I take out from the theory of normal distribution, bell curve, the 5% who actually succeed and the 5% who are worse, who definitely will fail. 95% people fail in creating the personal brand. 95%. Why, I'm going to tell you some reasons behind it. That why do people fail? Number one thing that people don't learn. Curve, which I'm going to show you, is actually tell you that why people fail and how this learning journey happens. If you want to master LinkedIn, then you have to learn. You have to go through this program. You have to learn the strategies that why by taking one action, a certain thing happens. Why by putting a certain type of post, you get more tractions, right? Those are the things. Who are your audience? My next module is how to identify your audience. It's very important subject because you can't connect with everyone, right? You got to be going with your niche. Like, there are some specialty services which is only been offered with invitation, by invitation, right? So that is the way you will go forward here. Now, this is called realization curve. Realization is this side and period is this side, 2 for 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. Now, what happens, with a student when you try to learn this, or somebody when to grasp this subject? They first were very, very excited, very, very excited. It looks like a fun to them, right? It's a fun to them. And after the second month, it looks a little hard. No, I'm not able to do too much of this work. I have to work really hard on this. I have to create my profile, and then I have to again do a scoring, and then again finding out how do I improve on this. This is a continuous process. I do that, right? I find it really, really hard, right? Then you get a little bit of counseling, and you start feeling. That's the reason I always say that you got to be in a community. You got to do live. Because if I would have sold you this particular course and you are just watching the video yourself, I can guarantee you will not get this motivation. It is said only 5%, only 4% of the people who buy an online course actually complete the course. Rest don't, 96% don't. So you will get into that trap. Fortunate you are with here and we are talking, we are in interactions and we are doing a lot of problem solving here. You start feeling, let me give it a try. Okay. No idea what I'm doing, but let me follow this path. So that is how you start doing this, The fourth month, you start feeling, okay, I got it. Then suddenly the fourth month, your activities, the things you have learned, your execution intensity will be much, much more. Let me tell you from now, right? Because fourth month, you will start your graduation program. Graduation program is very, very intense. Very, very intense. There I'm talking about in detail how you want to do every activity. Then you start saying, oh God, this is not for me. Not for me. I don't know what crap I'm doing here. Let me leave it. Whatever I learned, it's enough. That is the time. This is the time, let me tell you, this is the phase where mostly I have seen the people give up. They said, I will put down my tool, I will put down my shovel, and let me walk out. I can't do this. This is a very critical phase of people when people give up. Brand building is a continuous process. If you give up, you will never be able to do any gain out of this. And so then if you could really move forward, about 7, 8 months, you will really see that yes, it's actually making sense. Then you create your own path on this. You know where to move, how to move. You've defined your path. You start taking decision. I always say this is the stage. It takes about 3 more months to mature. In the 9th month, you start realizing this, that I can do this. Okay. Oh God, I've really done this. This has grown. Really, it's happening. You get that feeling. And then after 12 months, next 3 months hence, you become a champion. You mastered this. Then you forget about all this stuff. You create your path. You can train others. You can tell others that how you did that. Right? Then you're more confident. So remember this graph. Why I'm telling you this phase of 2 months to 4 months, I would say, or 5 months, I would say, is a very critical phase. Many a time you will start feeling that I can't really go forward. This is a generic view I'm telling you, which I've experienced with people. And this is you will have all these realizations that no, I can't do this. Then you have to keep your patience. That's the reason I explained this slide. So if you keep your patience, I can promise you, you will get the benefits. You don't have to look for a job ever in your life. You will retire early. Another thing, let me tell you, you will retire early. And then you have your own path. Like me, you can also start your own venture independently, right? I'm currently a solopreneur. With going forward, I'll have my employees and grow the organization. So that is how you can also start doing something, right? Where you have the liberty, you have the freedom of time. If I don't feel like walking on any day in the morning, I don't work. I have that freedom now, right? You'll have enough money to run yourself. So those things are part of the freedom. As I see with this program, become a career champion. Champions mean you rule your life. And that is how you get all the freedom and move forward. Hope you got these points and you will definitely not do this. And let me now show you a video. It's a very intense video of Simon Sinek, and then we'll talk once that and watch it very, very carefully, that what Simon is talking about here It's a very intense video. Let me go forward.
The human brain cannot comprehend the negative. It is incapable. Yes, it's true. I'll give you an example.
I believe you.
Okay? No, I'll give you an example. You don't have to believe me. I'll prove it. Okay? The human brain cannot comprehend the negative. You ready? Don't think of an elephant. Ah. Yeah, I know. You can't tell the human brain not to do something, right? And so what happens is we very often reinforce things when we put things in the negative, right? I can't get apart. I can't get apart. I can't get apart, right? Or I can't do this versus I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing this, right? And it's such a huge thing to convert things into the affirmative. You're supposed to do it with children as well. We're supposed to say, instead of saying to children, don't eat on the couch, we're supposed to say, eat at the table. Right? We tell people what we want them to do, not what we don't want to do. Pilots know this, right? It is well known in the pilot community that when you tell a pilot, don't hit the obstacle, they'll hit the obstacle. Because what they're doing is focusing on the obstacle. Skiers know this. If you ever seen skiers go through trees, do you know how they do that? It's very easy. It's actually surprisingly easy. If you go through trees on skis and you go, don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree, guess what you're watching? You're only looking at trees. All you're doing is seeing trees. You don't understand how anyone can ski with all these trees, right? As opposed to follow the snow, follow the path, follow the path. The only thing you see is the path. Skiers know this. If you say don't hit a tree, you'll hit a tree. You won't be able to find a path because all you see is millions of trees. If you say only follow the path, you actually don't see any trees. There's actually very sparse trees. There's plenty of path. There's plenty of snow. It's the same thing for you. If you focus on the obstacles, all you will see is obstacles. If you focus on the path through the trees, all you will see is path through the trees. It's your choice how you choose to perceive your own career. It's literally perspective.
Great. So we really could see this. So if I really ask you, I pause here, and if I really want you to ponder. Okay. So here I'm talking about that whenever you start something, you will see that, like what Shaman Shinik has said, that you will not look at the obstacle, you look at the path. And refine this little bit, that you look at not only the path, you look at your destination, your goal, what do you want to achieve. For example, if you want to achieve, say 1,000 connects in or following in LinkedIn, if that be your goal, you see every day how much you have reached, right? Don't compare with others. Don't give you a consolation every day that, oh, this guy is there in LinkedIn for last 6 years, therefore his following is 10,000, 15,000, 1 lakh. I don't have it, but just came in here. Don't give a consolation for that. You keep your focus on that and you try finding ways how you can have that 1,000 milestone. Don't keep a milestone too big, right? In the goal setting, always keep a milestone small so that you can quickly achieve that. You can celebrate and have your confidence. So at initial stage, your morale will be really down. You'll be a little uncertain on this. You'll start thinking that, oh God, it will happen or not, God knows, but let me try. Then I'll give an example of a job seeker. Mostly what happens, job seekers will go to a job portal, be it Naukri.com, Shine or LinkedIn Jobs, and then start looking for vacancies which matches them. Start applying, knowing the fact very well that you don't have the recruiter phone number, neither you have an email ID, but you still apply. You hope, you expect the recruiter someday will come back, right? Is it like throwing a dirt in the darkness to a board, dart board? You all have seen dart boards, right? You take a chance. Here, there is nothing called a chance. You go with a progressive way to reach a target. That is what is you should follow strategies. Strategies are proven strategies. So that tells you, yes, if you follow this, there are another 100 people who have followed and reached that stage. Like I showed you three images here. I spoke about 3 people here. They may be very, very big today, but they all started small. I can tell you all started small. So you can start today. When you start and start getting some results, you get that confidence. So next layer is the confidence layer. See, here I'm telling you that this is very important to understand this model. So you can counsel yourself. This is very important, right? So you, from the foundation to approach mastery, you get that stage. You reinvent yourself. You start thinking, oh God, yeah, really, I was like this. Okay, no, I must change it. You understand, you will start thinking positively, right? And you have your clear goal and direction. You can set your goals. Okay, if LinkedIn, today I learned LinkedIn mastery. So what 5 things I can do quickly by tomorrow, right? If it's a holiday tomorrow, it's easier for me to do. If it's a working day tomorrow, I will come back from office and I'll start doing at 8 o'clock. 8 to 10 I'll spend to do this. If you start doing this, I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this. Once you start repeating these actions, activities, then there will be time you have an engaging mind. You'll start feeling, yes, I should do this, right? I must do this, right? I'll give a very easy example. Like when you get a success in your job on doing something, like you make presentations and everybody in the hall has said, yeah, excellent job, excellent presentation, mind blowing. So every time you try to explain something, you try to create a presentation. To follow that path, right? Creating a presentation, right? If you get success by creating a WhatsApp group and putting everybody in the job and start following up on that, every time you handle a project, you try creating a WhatsApp group. So that is how your mind says that you repeat. And you become an engaging mind. You don't do the same thing every time, right? You create a WhatsApp group. Next time you create a logo or create a description in the group so that everybody joining there will know what is the purpose of this group, right? Or you try at a third level and tell you can still shoot a 1-minute video, 2-minute video, the 2 days task and start sending people. Most of the people, I must agree, I must confess, I learned it now. I will definitely do it in my future, in my life, because I create Instagram reels as well. But while in the job, I've never created a 1-minute video. I never trust on that. Most of the employees don't do. But if you really do this, your engagement will be much, much more. I told you 3 steps on this. You have an engaging mind. You attain mastery at this stage. You go to the next level of engagement, right? And the farthest level, when you talk about a dominance, right? I speak about that in the graduation program and how to become a career champion, right? You will do it for yourself. You tell others how to do it. That's the next level. You want to do it or not do it. That's absolutely depend on you. But you will be an established expert. That's very important here, right? So you can create your path. You know what to do next, right? I have reached a certain level. Then what to do next? I've already reached 10,000 following in LinkedIn. Then what do I do next to reach that 1 lakh level? Okay, fine. I have created a page. I have a page today, right? Many employees who are an employee has a page in LinkedIn. When they talk about their niche, how you can start doing this, how you can pull people. You will have speaking assignments. Let me tell you, no company will tell that they don't go. They will never tell you. They will encourage you to go there. If you have something which you're good at, and let me tell you, you can certainly go and speak about that, what you're good at. You can do speaking assignments on this. You can earn money out of this. This is a side hustle because you can establish your authority. At that stage, I've given you this example, when you get a dominant stage. So I always say that everybody career path has these 4 stages he will go through. And with this cycle of this, I spoke about 12 months in the previous slide when I said that you have challenges with yourself, you will have a lot of realizations, and you will try to quit it, give up. In a whole career journey, you will also see all those stages somewhere or other in different shape and sizes, which you need to control, motivate yourself, and go forward with that. Now go forward. Sorry, I will now speak about LinkedIn magic. I always say LinkedIn is a magic, And this caption I really like, billboard of your brand. You're seeing billboards, the hoardings, big hoardings, where brands put up their hoardings. I'll tell you how LinkedIn can become a billboard for you, right? I always talk about niche, your specialty, your specialization, your expertise, how you're going to talk to people, how you're going to tell them, hey, I'm good at this. LinkedIn is a place where you can start doing this. So let me give you some real facts, the Unity Bites. 3 people, these are real data I picked up from internet. You can also search and see this. 3 people get hired in LinkedIn every minute. 3 people get hired in LinkedIn every minute. So you have a chance. So if you propel your brand in LinkedIn, you have a chance to be with the 3 people. Next, 4 crores search jobs every week. These are all India data, right? 4 crores of people search jobs every week. These are weekly data. 4 crores, right? Third is 7.1. These are little old data. I'm sure this number has increased now. 7 crore Indians have LinkedIn accounts. Out of that, I guess we're at 132 crore now, 135 crores. 7 crores Indians have LinkedIn account. It must have grown to about 8 crores now, as I'm talking to you. This many people have LinkedIn account, and 92% of Fortune 500 companies are in LinkedIn. 92% of Fortune. Encouraging, right? Who has this kind of a presence? If you have so many companies, good companies in LinkedIn, why don't you try finding your dream companies, propel your brand, and start coaching them? Now, LinkedIn is the largest professional network. I count them as the largest professional network in digital space. Largest. There are many other professional networks available today, amongst which Quora is emerging now, but there is a different strategy for that, which I speak in the graduation program, how you can do this. But rather not even graduation touch up championship program, I talk to master the Quora platform. But currently you understand you master one platform, that is LinkedIn. You keep a focus there, how to do this. Let me give the ball-born moments that what happens if you master this. There are 3 things happen. Number 1, which is called searchability. These are all technical words which I'm going to tell you, right? Searchability will improve. So what is searchability? It's a high search appearances. So if anybody search you with your name, or anybody don't know your name, but search with your niche, right? You're operations expert and you're expert in transition, operation transition, or operation mobilization of these words if you really use in a profile. In searchability, your name will come in the first 10 names, right? That is what called searchability. Second comes likability. More traffic to like your posts, like your comments, and they become your following, like what is called likability. So that will boost your algorithm, understands that if I liked most, they will try boosting your profile more and more to others, right? You must know LinkedIn has first level of connection, second and third level of connection. First level of connections are your connections, whatever post you put, about 60-70% people get your notifications, but only 10% of those connect to engage in your post. Those connections, whose connection of your connects, only 10% of that. For example, I give you a simple math. If you have 1000 connects, you can safely expect over 500-600 connects will get to see your post. Okay? Out of that one connect, if that connect has 100 following or 100 connections in them, rather not following, 100 connections in them, only 10%, only 10 people of their connection will get to see your post, right? There's an algorithm works. So it all depends on how many people you're connected and how you're engaging there, so that more and more people can come and engage with you. So that will improve your profile reach. I'll come into the profile reach factor, but just for your understanding, likability is something which is very, very important. When you get liked, then what? Conversion, right? Get jobs, earn money. If you're really looking at a job seeker, you want if you really want to create your mark and be a speaker tomorrow, you can definitely do that. If you want to get connected, be connected with your dream companies, you can definitely do that. You can become an influencer there. So all those conversions happen. So I'll tell you how searchability helps, because these are technical, typical word. Optimized profile improves searchability. Optimization means, told you, increase your reach. That is the optimization. How it helps. You must have seen, I'm not getting to my profile now, it will take longer time. Just to see you can go to your LinkedIn profile. This is my profile screenshot, which I'm showing you here. So this is my dashboard. So you can see that how many people have seen your profile, your search appearances. 7 people have seen your profile, right? Very clear here, okay? Then I put a lot of posts, so I see post views also, 511 people, pretty old now. I generally, for my post, is a static post. I mean, it's a graphic post, graphical representation of a thought. In that case, it gets about between 500 to 1,000 views. And my video post gets about 2,000 to 2,500 views. So that is how you see the views of a post, right? There are topmost post views, recent post views, which shows here. And who viewed your profile? That is also very, very important. Who viewed your profile? These are all weekly updates, right? These are all weekly updates, and this is where all star is very, very important. All star actually tells you that profiles which are more than 500 connects are called all stars. Your LinkedIn don't show that how many connects you have. It's all called all star. So whenever you connect with somebody, these are small hint, okay? You must pick up people with an all-star profile. Then you get a possibility, even if your post goes to 10% of his connects, and this gentleman has 500 connects, at least 50 people will get to know about you, right? So go for that. That is one tip which I'm giving you. And these are weekly connect. So you will understand who viewed your profile. So as you go forward on this, you click on that button, you see this kind of a screen, who viewed your profile. See, for me, I talk about brand propelling and all those stuff. So I could see that more and more salespeople have connected with me. And they all see that how I can help them creating their own brand. So that is how more salespeople have connected with me. But I do have executive directors, 5% is connected with me. Director, fund investment portfolio managers is connected with me. This little old, as I told you, if you really go recently, you will also find a lot of CEO and CXOs are connecting with me. So you will actually know that as your audience bandwidth, I'll speak of the audience a little bit on after a few other slides. You understand who audience is, but it's very important. These are your audiences. These are the people who are looking for you. They might have a purpose. And LinkedIn already tells you, these are all talk about a free plan, right? Currently I do not have any paid plan. I did have some paid plans, but I've realized after some time that you can do wonders with your free plan also. Besides that, emails and all those stuff, you don't have much of a benefit here. It's very important that you see the data, the analytics with LinkedIn shares with you. You must go there and see what they're sharing, right? This will give a lot of insight that who is looking at you. Then where these people are working, there's again another element, right? Where do they work? The people who have searched you, where do they work? You can also see that they work in Infosys, they work Zanser. These are big companies. So you can see, okay, fine. Is there anyone who's there in my dream company? Then you're fortunate. People are starting. Then you are not called it a fortunate. You are then following a path rightly. You're walking on a designed path. If you really see this, this is a matrix which will tell you, yes, you've defined it right. You're connecting right. And those companies which you're targeting, the dream companies, they started looking at your profile. This is what I call inbound marketing. They're coming to you to look at your profile. You are not going to them. right? Hope you understand this point. That is how the optimization happens, right? Now, if you have a paid plan, you can definitely see the entire detail of those people. Currently, they will block you after 5, 6 profiles. They will block you. They'll not be able to see. Doesn't matter if you really see it's happening with you. You can go ahead with that, right? Now, let me talk about that. If you do this, what this searchability accelerate? What does it accelerate, right? It accelerates, number one, your regular profile updates. You do your profile updates. You understand what updates mean, right? You do certain changes in your profile. You go there, you delete, you add, and you put that. Say, for example, there is something called curator mode. I'll talk about curator mode later. But in curator mode, there are some hashtags, 5 hashtags they allow that you put. Hashtags actually work with algorithm and increase your profile reach. Many people do not aware of this. They do not do anything with this. Now, this is what you do it one day. You change your hashtags on some other day. So that is how you do your regular profile updates. Very important. Consistently build connects. You have to create a regime. You have to follow develop a habit by doing this. Let me tell you. It cannot happen that you just did once and then you forgot that how to do this, right? But you got to have a consistency there. Now, to bring in that consistency, that like I don't connect every day, but I have 3 days in a week when I connect. I spend that half an hour to connect. Although currently the agencies work for me, but if you're individual, you can definitely do that. There are agencies. As you grow and your brand is growing, you can assign agencies. They're very cheap and you can definitely afford that. But the point is that if you have to connect consistency, you define your audience and start connecting them. Create a small invite and do that. I'll help you to create that invite as well. Engage with your feed. It's the best way to do it. You can definitely go to someone else's feed. Like I always say my community members, that you go to my feed, you can do that. Then I also write back there and you can understand whether you're going right. I can give you some suggestions on that whether you're writing all right or not. I'm not talking about engaging in feed just like awesome, a happy face or a thumbs up. That's not engagement. You write excellently said. That's not engagement. Write 3-4 lines there. What did you like of this post? Right? What did you find good about that particular post? Start writing 3-4 lines initially, because that's the journey you got to start. Because I'm going to train you after this how to write your own blog. The people who are there in the community in the previous CAF program already started writing long posts. I'll not call it a blog, but they're already writing 600 words, 700 words. Blogs, I always say, should start with about 1,500 words blog. You can definitely write blogs. Let me tell you, I give you a guarantee you'll write blogs. As you go forward with the graduation program, you'll be able to do that. But currently, your target is that post. 5 lines is the target. How I'm going to write this. If you write this, algorithm, understand, LinkedIn algorithm picked up that this guy is engaging more. That's how they will propel your profile. It will reach more and more people if you really do this. Go forward with one profile. Anthony James is somebody I follow. I really like this guy. His only trend is his strategy is every day either 1 or 2 technology videos he put up, which goes with technology, right? One guy is a LinkedIn influencer, so I will explain you with his profile here. The number one thing you will find this is called headshot, right? Somebody call it burst shot. I take it up to here, but I would recommend for a headshot, because the headshot you can see clearly the face, right? This is very important. This, if you have, we always say, "Pehle darshandhari, baad mein gul bichari." So first I see you. If I like you, then I see that how good you are at different things. But firstly, I would like to get impressed with your face. Create impressive face. Now let me tell you a few things out of this. While you create this face, this guy is smiling, right? Okay. I'll tell you loads of tips on headshots. How to do this. Just be with this session. I will tell you loads of headshots, how you can create your own headshots. This title, You know what title is? Title is something which you call yourself. Now, let me tell you, there is a catch here. Most of the people here, they put what is their company designation. Don't put that. Write what you call yourself. Right? I have a liberty to coin my designations. I call myself a career impact coach and a digital educator, digital influencer. Those are the kind of designations you can do. Now, let me tell you, if you're an HR guy, right? So you can call yourself an expert HR business leader. So people will know that you are expert in business part of HR, expert or astute, or you can write HR data scientist, right? Those come words you can use which talks about your niche. Remember this, your expertise. The title should explain your expertise, which people can search and find. People don't search as a general manager HR. People don't search. HR leader, HR head, they do this kind of a search. So where your name will appear, your niche will appear, right? That is one. Second thing is that, which is also very, very equally important, is a location. Because see, whenever a job seeker, or whenever a company or recruiter is looking for someone, they will always prefer to have someone from that city. They don't want to import, say, somebody, the job vacancies there in Bombay. They will not import anybody from Delhi, right? They will not import somebody from Gurgaon. They will want a guy who's, or the person who is residing in Mumbai, and that's how they will go for it. It's very important that you mention the city where you reside. Now, if you are there in a suburb location, where is the work location is a suburb, you can mention, see, you are in Manesar. Example, I'll give you example of Gurgaon and Manesar. So you can write Gurgaon there. Don't go to Manesar, then people will get confused. Who doesn't know the name? Although many people know the name, but don't mention something. If it is very far, 100 kilometers apart, then you should mention that. Otherwise, you should mention the city you belong to. Then comes the banner. This is the most important. Creating a billboard. Right? Many people do not create banners. They blank. It's not definitely a right strategy. But because you're getting an opportunity. Whenever you get an opportunity to talk about yourself, you must talk. You must talk, right? Banner is something which is very, very important here. If you really create a banner here, a astounding banner which people say, wow, I understand that what he's saying here. That is important. I'll tell you also that how you create the banner, what are the strategies to create a banner, and you have to create an about. About should be within 350 words that I say. They give more words can be mentioned, but people will not have that kind of patience to read a big about. I always suggest you should have 350 words about, not very small even. So this is something which I've expanded here. This is an about which I've expanded here. So I'll share some examples how to write about, but I'll give you an entire background of writing about. But yes, about is something which is very, very important. You must write a company about here. What is this? What do you think? A disguised identity. In fact, many people like this in social media, not about on LinkedIn. Definitely in your search, you'll get these kind of images. This generally considers a fake profile. Don't connect, don't know, don't see your identity at all, right? It's generally called a fake profile. What are the profiles? I'll show you some profiles. Like you see these two faces, right? Now, if I really pause here and ask you that what do you see on the left image and the right image? What is your observation on this image? What is the first vibe you're getting? Over to you.
So first image looks, casual personality, whereas the second image shows a professional image.
But anything else you look at? Anything else happening with this person? In terms of connecting with this individual, do you see there is a problem?
I'm not
Okay.
finding purpose to connect with
Okay,
them.
okay. Let me go forward, right? What do you see in the, if you really talk about the third image? What is not there? What is missing?
I'm not able to identify.
The fourth one?
Fourth one, the good professional image, seems professional guy.
Okay. Now let me explain you. The first one, you're perfectly right, casual, there's a lot of air around, standing outside and face is not visible. Am I right on this? You don't see her face clearly.
Yeah.
The eyes are hidden, right? Second, does this guy looking at you or looking somewhere else? So when you connect, you always has to connect by looking at the person you're addressing. Remember this, the rule one, that you got to look at the person you're addressing. Okay. Now here, this gentleman is not looking at you. He's wearing a blazer, right? Or jacket kind of a thing, trying to look professional, but this individual not looking at you. Third one is looking at you, definitely looking at you, but he must have come from a funeral. He's not smiling. He's not smiling at all, right? With the smile, we connect. If you smile, when you find somebody new, you extend your hand and say, good morning, hope things are fine. You smile. You don't see a somber, grim face. And the fourth one, the person is not looking straight. The third one is looking straight, but he's not smiling. The fourth one is looking at a cornered eye. When you look at this posture, is actually called scientifically that you're doubting someone. That's how you look at like this, right? And the fifth one we just opened, you can't see the eyes even. He's looking at as a hero in a movie. You don't want to see his eyes to anyone, right? And a background is a very colorful background. You don't want this. The photo is not important. The background is becoming important here. If I connect with you here, you could really understood what I mean. Could you get this point, Anuj? Could you understood this point?
Yeah, I got.
You got, just relate with your own life. When you interact with someone, how do you do this? Do you look at that person straight in real life, or do you look at the person in a cornered way, with the corner of your eyes? Do you smile?
Always straight. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Smile,
always straight. Yeah. You always smile, right? Yeah. Those are the things are very important when you create a profile. Because imagine you're not, people are looking at you here in this profile image. You're not looking at people, people are looking at you. What vibe, what impression will they get by looking at you? So let me give you another set of examples, right? This is what it picked up from a real life LinkedIn. Pardon me if you know these individuals. I'm not trying to demean anybody here. I'm very clear on this. I try to give it as an example, as I try to educate you with these images that what actually happens. This gentleman on the left, the first image, always felt that in LinkedIn professional site, let me put up some image where I'm working. So people say very diligent worker. But easy connecting with you with that, easy looking at you. Do you understand what he's trying to say? You can see a mouse and the laptop is working on that. So it means he's not giving attention to you. He's giving attention to something else, not to you. When you're talking about brand, then your brand should give attention to your audience. Simple. If you don't give attention, then why should people will follow you? Why should they look at you? Isn't it? Second image is an image he went out with his family. Good for Facebook. I'm saying one can do this. But still, is it good for LinkedIn? No, no. You're not talking about your family. You talk about you. Your brand. You don't promote here a family brand, right? Your brand. What are these guys? Again in a sunglass. And let me tell you, I picked up all these images on a live LinkedIn profiles, which I just searched and found this as an example. People do put this up, right? And this gentleman is on a holiday. And in his picture, this image is a holiday mood. This LinkedIn is not Instagram. Try to do this. Even an advice, if all those profiles, if you put up yourself as a profession, as a brand, you should follow the brand everywhere, right? These kind of image are which actually spoil your brand image for sure. And more funny, I found this one in LinkedIn. That too for a very, very senior profile. I want to name this gentleman. I will not name, but very senior profile. I found this. How much do you trust this image? Do you trust this image? Will you be able to, don't you see this is a fake image? Will you ever be able to connect with this image? I have a doubt. Why not do this? Right? Keep this image fundamental in mind while you create your image. Now let me show you out of this what is a professional image. Professional image, when I say this is left side for a lady and right side for a man. Both of them are CEOs of companies. You can definitely find them there. Ever, if you search for this, I'll not take the name here. To see them looking at you, to see the smiling, even for the man, he has a, I always is a smile like a very secretive smile here, right? Smile at the corner of his lips, right? But this man comes out with authority. If you really see this gentleman look like, yes, he's a guy in control, right? It's a Mona Lisa smile, but you will see that this gentleman is in control. He's looking at you, see his eyes, you'll connect with the eyes. That's very important. That is a professional headshot, which you should start using. Now, let me change subject a bit. Let me get into the brand, right? So if you really see this gentleman, image of this gentleman, I'm sure you know who this gentleman is. So if you really see this image, what is your reaction? What top one thing comes in your mind when you see this image?
He's focused on the reader, like I'm the reader, so he's focused on me. So it seems that he's
what else? His focus fine, he's looking at that. What does he stand for? If I tell you who is this gentleman? Can you name this gentleman?
Mr. Ratan Tata. So
exactly, Ratan Tata. What does Ratan Tata stand for? What one thing comes in your mind when you talk about this personality?
He's an industry leader. So.
And so Mukesh Ambani is also industry leader, but what he is known for?
He's known for his humbleness, his social
benevolence is the right word, right?
Yeah.
Benevolence.
Benevolence, yes.
Isn't it? He contributes to the society, whatever he does, right?
Mm.
So once I talk about this gentleman on the image, you create a perception. Yes, this is the image of Ratan Tata, and he is a icon, business icon. I would say he's beyond the business leaders. He's an icon. The whole global presence, if you really see, is one of them, right? Which people look up to. But when you perceive an image, Ratan Tata is known for his benevolence, right? Tata employees are fortunate to be in a place that they have been taken care of. Ratan Tata has a huge trusts which actually donate for social causes. He's the gentleman who spent his life like this. That is what he's known for, right? So that is how you create a perception about an individual. Now, perception is what you know. If I really explain this, if you really see this image, the lady is reading this as 6. The man is reading this as 9. It is from where you stand and how do I look at, right? I'm sure you never would like to create a confusion like this with the perception of your brand. I'm sure of that. Nobody will like to create a confusion with the perception. But let me tell you, brand perception is something which can create confusion like this 6 or 9. Very much possible. Very, very much possible. Now, how do you handle this, right? It starts with your profile image. Hope you're getting this point. How people look at you. How do they perceive you? So one perception, you are sitting in a laptop and not look at it, you're working. You feel that you are showing a very professional image. But perception is that you are not giving me importance. Right? Hope you got this, right? Somebody look at a quinch eye, he's doubting you. So you're thinking, oh, this gentleman may doubt me. He's not a clear gentleman. He is not a very straightforward guy. So let me not connect with him. So that is what the perception is being created. Now let me go back. Your banner is your mouthpiece. This is a banner, if you remember. It's a banner. Your blank banner reveals no identity. Again, don't go by the image, even if you know these individuals. I'm not showing this just for the sake of example. Blank banner does not showcase your identity. Very simple, right? This banner showcase what you do, period. This image talks loudly what she does. Don't go by the name and the design. You can definitely tell you how to create the design. Very easy. But if you really put here about what you do, start doing something. Start putting that what you're good at. Brand creation, the first thing for brand creation, let me tell you, is placing your identity. Right? Most of the posts which you see either goes in yellow or goes in blue in my case. Why I choose a color? Well, these are my brand colors. Right? Fonts are almost same. You can identify a brand, how you're putting it there, what words you use as a tag. Very easy to create, free tool. You can go, I have a Canva class, complete Canva class of 2 hours in the graduation program. I'm not going to do it because it's a subject by itself. It's a free tool, canva.com. Go there, create your account, search in the search bar that LinkedIn banner, right? You see some banners, you'll find somewhere a crown sign. Those are paid, don't go there. Go where there's no sign, these are free. Download a banner, all the images, everything, you choose the image. And you can take a free image from unsplash.com, UNSPLASH, unsplash.com. Or Pixabay, there's another, and this Canva already have their own images as well. You can still pick up the images from Canva. Pick up an image which fits your profile. Right? You can also blur the image a little bit. There are various options to correct the image. And you can put, like in my banner, you will see my image. You can import your image and remove the background and put it there. And create a caption, a tagline, what you talk about yourself. Like from a community, I say, let's build career together. 4 lines, period, build career together. So you know I'll do handholding. That is how you create a caption out of that. Right? So if I say most affordable courses, when I talk about curate scope, I say most affordable courses. So that's a caption. So you create your caption, what do you stand for? Put that caption in the banner and you can create an amazing banner, right? Download a PNG file, save it somewhere and go to LinkedIn. There's a pencil sign, click there, upload. Very easy. Go to your profile and you can do this, right? You can use some quotes also. I have a lot of quotes. You can see that quotes pick up some words, or you can go and pick up the quotes of various leaders, influencers. You can pick up the quotes and you can use this. I'll show you some images with the quotes that how do they do that. But it's an open offer. I'll never mind that you pick up some words from my courses section and you start putting there, it will help you. Banner is your billboard. Remember this. Banner is your billboard. This is a billboard, right? This is what in English is called a billboard. A very interesting signage where you're doing nothing is very different from having nothing to do. Doing nothing, you're not moving, nothing to do. So these two are ideas. You can understand what is this. Not my core subject. I'll not speak too much on this quote, but banner is your billboard, right? How to construct the banner? There is this simple 6 steps. Number 1, you pick up a theme. Theme is that background image, what you're going to put there, whether you put your image or not, or you only use that image. That depends on you. Image means that photo. That depends on you. You decide a theme. Theme may also include a color. I'm sure all of us have a liking. Like I like blue. Blue is my color. If you like yellow, yellow can be your color. You like green, green can be your color. Decide a color now, today, that what color you like. Use that color. You can use different tones of the color, light, deep, medium, many kind of color tones you can use. There are plenty of tones available in Canva, but use that color, or the image should carry that color. Right? Context. Context is something why you're putting this, what message you want to give there. Like if I want to give a message that I tell people, buy my courses, join my community. There is a message I want to give. What is your message? What do you want to give? Are you an environmentalist expert? You take care of environment? Do you talk about saving money, saving costs for the company? Do you talk about technology? That adopt technology, is that your mission? Think of that context, where you're coming from. Then decide a content, what are you going to write? Like you said, make courses affordable, or most affordable courses. That is what is my catchline. I could have written anything, step-by-step courses or anything like that. But my motto is to make it affordable, to think of something there, that how to put the content. Then comes the image. What image will relate with that? Your image I'm talking about. You want to put your image or don't want to put your image? Already selected the theme. In that theme, what does it show? I'll give you some examples of how do you select that image. And then there is an offer. What do you offer? What is the ultimate offer? What doing this? What do you mean to say? What people will get out of it? Because remember, nobody is interested in your story. Very nice. You have narrated your story, but what will I do with that? So I am only interested in your story if that helps me. If I relate with your story and I see the meat out of this, I'll pick up one or two element out of this and use it for my benefit. Then only my story will work. So your offer should be very, very clear. See this banner idea. This banner has mentioned this few words around this computer line. She talks about mindfulness. She talks about inspired, right? If you really see these words, very, very small quote. She's a lady, she used pink. She's a pink flower to relate with. And laptop shows that she's professional. Coffee shows that you're freshening up, right? Inspire and inspirium. These are the words she used for mindfulness, right? Seems to be a coach, right? It gives a sense. This is another banner which I found. And I see that there are faces. Looks like faces of employees. There are many people who are in tie and suit, right? Infographic images. In a sense, she must belong to HR. Deals with people. So our image, not written a single word here, communicates a tone. Show you another one. He's a founder of a company. Now he spoke about 3 images. He created a combination of images. He created this banner, is created banner. About how will you do this? Then comes the brain, he started thinking that how do I do this? And you get an idea. This is a sign of idea. Light bulbs are a sign of idea. Also use this sign in many cases. It deals with something which gives you ideas. This gentleman talks about smart powered India. You see, he's used his logo here. So you know what company he works for, he's promoting. He talks about lights. See, lights, called them a smart power, not a lamp here. This is a lamp. And this is something which is a light. He provides lights. This banner speaks a lot, what he does. Banner should talk about what is your passion, what you do, what you want to reach, what is your purpose, everything together. Hope it will explain, it has explained to you that what this gentleman want to do with a banner. Let me go a little forward. Profile definition. How do you create a profile? Now, next thing was there when he spoke about the title. If you remember that my slide where I said James Anthony's LinkedIn profile, which I showed here, I spoke out the headshot. I spoke about the title. I said, you use your title, don't use the what company designation is giving you, right? Senior manager HR, senior manager operations, don't write that. Use what is the title. Now, how the title is written, let me tell you that. What forms a title? 5 things, very simple. Number 1 thing is your keywords of your niche. You're good at HR, you're good at transition, you're good at mobilization, you're good at account reconciliation, you're good at technology, you're good at data science. Those are your niche. So keywords of the niche should come into a title. Use maximum keywords. When any search happens, these keywords are first picked up, right? Add definitive word, not part of your designation, but the function. If I belong to HR, if I belong to operation, to finance, if I belong to technology, if I belong to IT, use a word from there. So that anybody searching HR or human resources will get it. Anybody searching in information technology will get you. Anybody searching you from hotel will get you. Right? Your company. Mention where you work. See the next line, your company very clearly. Now here, one thing is very important. If you work for one just spot, it came in my name, we're not promoting this company. There's a company called Paytm. We all know Paytm brands. It's become a brand now. The company is naming OYO 97. So will you write OYO 97 or will you write Paytm? You have to take a choice. So you may not go, my suggestion, just a suggestion, will be that write Paytm which people will relate, not OYO 97. Then people will not relate, will not find you. Even if I search employees in Paytm, I write Paytm. I will not write the company's original listed name. Skill and proficiency, what you're good at, what you want yourself to be known for, what solution you bring into the table. That should also go into this particular section. And the location, most prominent known location. As I already told you, Delhi, Bombay, all the cities' names or cities with people know, Chennai, Bangalore, right? But if you put any city which is not little unfamiliar or it's part of a village, I see people working in factories which are away from the city, different names, you use those names, people will not be able to catch so fast. No harm. If people connect, you can always explain where you are. Or do it in the section of your professional details when you put it in your experience section. But top this section, you should be very crisp and clear so people can follow. Story, purpose, and mission. How to create that in your about section. Very small, so you may not be able to read. If you can't read, let me tell you that how I've written this. This is something which I picked up as sample text. Here the gentleman has written, I believe that when people are learning, they are growing. See that initial words. When people are learning, they're growing. You will intrigue to know what next. Quest to make excellence a part of those lives that I come into contact. Quest to make excellence, the people who want to make excellence. I have a desire to be excellent. Those lives usually come into contact with me. For me, every day is an opportunity, again a statement, to make this world I live and work in a better, more creative and more compassionate place. I want to make this world a bigger mission, bigger purpose when he's saying this. I want to make this world a better, more creative and more compassionate place. What else you want? He mentioned what his life purpose is. Right? That is how he started. Then he spoke about purpose and mission. I'm a lifelong optimist. Again, he defines his character. I'm a lifelong optimist. I'm somebody who look positive, right? I can't take my eyes off positivity. I can't take my eyes off. Who believes that no mountain is too high to climb. Another thing, I always look at the peak. Always look at the peak. I see when I close my eyes, I see the mountain, I see the pinnacle, right? Every obstacle has a solution. I believe every obstacle is a solution. Attached to this event, how far-reaching dreams. So he mentioned about his purpose, his mission, everything. Then he spoke about my passion is to help people I come in contact, turn a great idea into a breakthrough. The guy sells ideas, so you can understand he's a consultant, maybe. Just a view, may not be a consultant, but looks like that. That my passion is to help people. I help people, I assist people. As a professional, I would like to bring changes in the people life, professional life. Where people get stuck, my work starts from there. So use something like that. Okay. Turn great idea into breakthrough experience, right? How I help will turn your business into a positive venture, right? I see that obstacles are just an opportunity in disguise. Always look over the next horizon and consistently seeking a chance to be a part of that innovation. I constantly seek a chance to be a part of that innovating company, or part of that evolving organization who trust innovation and technology, who want to adopt innovation and technology. So use those words which matches, but create an idea. This is just a 40% section of your idea, right? I already told you about 350 words. You can go more, but generally 40% of your about when you write, it should carry your story, it should carry your purpose, and carry your mission. Then comes your mastery, experience, and authority. There's the invitation, call to action, which I say CT. How to write experience? Simple writing. Before joining the global consulting firm and IBM, CSC, I was a graphic artist, animator, and creative designer, creative director, graphic artist. That's how I started my career. All skills that have served me to develop my consulting develop my consulting skill. All this thing which I learned has actually helped me to develop my consulting idea. At Trinity Consulting Services, where I work, take this name as an example name. I have seen an expert in commercialization of the new ideas, how to commercialize new ideas, how to making it a money-making machine. My ideas gets you money. That's what he's saying. And a global growth of existing business, how do you do this? How do you expand to a globally? I'll tell you that. Then comes the mastery. Why I'm telling this will happen? Because I come with a 30 years of experience in 4 continents, and I help companies all types and sizes to learn the art of leadership, influence, and technology disruption. These 3, I'll tell you how to be a leader, how to be an influencer in the industry, and how to bring in technology disruptions with making something different. Nobody's thinking of that, right? My clients learn how to utilize entrepreneurial vision, creative thinking, and innovative strategies to become expert in digital sales marketing. So this all talks about this mastery, that what I did, where I come from this many of experience. I worked in this type of organizations, and I did this kind of a transformation for my people. So I have that mastery. Now you're placing the authority. How do you place the authority? I said, I am one of the LinkedIn most awarded influencer. awarded having a 2018 LinkedIn Power Profile. I am the guy who was most awarded. I was awarded 5 times in my career in my company. I was also been awarded by CII as the youngest operations leader, youngest operations influencer, youngest HR influencer, right? Youngest technology innovator, right? So I got this award. That's why I'm saying that I can really do this. If you do not have this awards, doesn't matter. Say that I have done this repeatedly for last 25 years and found results which has actually saved the company $1 million or 10 crores rupees, whatever you like to mention. Say that this is how I see that I am an authority here. Say invite. I'm saying that yes, I do this. This is my experience. I'm mastering this. I do transformation like this. Then you talk about I want to talk about the business growth, strategic direction, creative thinking, and operational leadership. I love to talk. So he wants to talk. We're talking speaking assignments here. I don't know how much you know about speaking assignments. Simon Shenak, the video I showed you, Ankur, Wariko, the guys initially which I showed you, they usually charge, which is, LinkedIn, the internet numbers. I may be wrong also, but they do not charge less than 2 lakhs for one assignment, one speaking assignment of 2 hours. Right? So you can understand that what is the going rate in the market. A whole day session will cost about 5 lakhs. If you want somebody, you can even start with 20,000 rupees for a day if you create your brand and start doing this. This is what people get out of the speaking assignment. And then if you start writing books, then again, you create another channel of income out of that, right? So it's important that you give an invite to that individual. If you want to be in the job and prepare your career out of the job, then you will also offer a solution. If you connect me, if you want help in this subject, I can help you and I can explain your team for 2 hours on a weekend when I'm free, that how to do this job in a far better way and still make money. That's the way you can do invite. Or it can be invite where you say, please come and follow and put your comments on your post, right? Which I write. It will encourage me to go forward and produce more value posts for you, value contents for you. That is how also can be an invite. Okay. So that is how you have to define an invite. But remember, never ask for job, never ask for favors in invites. Invite should be very generic with a voluntary mindset. I want to do this. Let me now move forward. LinkedIn about gives you about 250 words. 250 words to do this. I would suggest that don't go for a very lengthy about. You're not able to handle it, or you can't make it so engaging for so long to read. It's a long blog, 250 words. People write books, pages in 360 words. So always better to keep it limited within 350 words. Why I give you those references of blogs and books? You get a comprehensive idea that what you need to write. Keep it more engaging. I showed you already that how you make it more engaging. First 3 lines will be so engaging that will catch the eyeball, right? The best way to create about is to maintain a flow. Like I showed you, there is a flow, one after another. What is your story, mission, goals, purpose? Then you talk about how you do the transformation. Then you say, what are your niche and why you see authority, why you feel that you can give this resolve. And then you talk about your offer, what you can do for people. So these 4 things are very important moving forward. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll stop here. I'll explain things in the next session. It will be too heavy for you, as I'm also feeling. So today we spoke up to banner, your profile, your about, and your designation. I wanted to work on this, and I'll give you a task to create your banner and find your good profile image. You can use a tool, free tool, again called background.bg. Simple, background.bg. BG. So you go there, upload the image. You can remove the background of your image. Any image, you can remove the background. You understood by now what kind of image I'm talking about. Or you can put a color there also. You can insert a color and you can download free. So without watermarks. So you can do that and upload your background image there through background.bg. You can also create a banner in Canva. And second, two more things, that your designation, what you want to put, and your company name and where you work. These are simple. I'm sure you can do this. You have to break your head a little bit in creating your designation. But otherwise, I think you should be able to do. Canva might be new for you, but please do a trial in the weekend. I'm telling you, try with 2-3 types of designs. You can really create a wonderful design. And if you want my opinion, if you can go with this, please put me on the text or in the message. I should be able to come back to you, guide you a little bit that what kind of banner is good. Or the best way, put that banner, be confident, and send me your profile link so that I can go and check what you have done. You can definitely change the banner if you really want to change it, or give you some good suggestions to make a wonderful banner. You can definitely do it any day in LinkedIn, right? Hope this session was interesting. It was a little lengthy, so I just wanted to cut it into two chapters, different modules, different chapters, so that you can grasp it properly. And it really doesn't. Thanks for